open, and defenders generally will commit to go towards the ball and then risk the pass. They both made the wrong choice. They're both guessing. It's so many bad decisions in the whole goal. It's not just Casemiro.
And so Manchester United behind. Yeah. Well, I wonder, again, you have to say, Danny, if a Maguire's in the team, or a Lindelof or a Martinez.
Well, more natural central defence, of course, yeah. You don't take that risk by guessing. You force the pass.
Anthony jinking down the right for Manchester United. Great reverse ball to the underlapping Dalot, who picks up Mason Mount, left-footed shot. That's well blocked. Good move from Manchester United, really down the near side, the right. Now Crystal Palace counter. Mateta's brought it down. Midway into Manchester United territory. The game seems a lot more open now all of a sudden. Palace lead by a goal to nil. And we've had 17 interesting minutes here in South London.
Should have done better, Mount. He didn't quite get hold of it on his left foot, but it was a great move. He had time on the edge of the box, took his nice touch and then just dragged it a little bit. It was good defending, but good block.
And surely more to come from Mason Mount in a Manchester United shirt. As I say, part of the long injury list they've had this season. If you include Bruno Fernandes and Harry Maguire, 2 out tonight. That's 63 times this season that Manchester United have had a player unavailable due to injury or illness. As Crystal Palace win a free kick, 12-15 yards or so into the Manchester United half, and they are a team with their tails up at the moment, that's for sure.
They are. It's a very open game, actually. Yep. Very open game, and I think it's going to continue that way because of United's need to get a result. Palace have got, they're committing that front three forward. When United have got the ball, there's loads of space. The wing-backs have got space for Palace.
And we're in the 19th minute, and Elise is the man standing over it. It's pretty much dead centre. It's just on the edge of the centre circle here.
In fact, Joe, I'm going to tell you, there's going to be more goals here. I'm going to risk
There's a bold prediction.
I'm going to risk it, mate.
Hedging your bets there, Danny. Elise, well, he's just going to dink this probably towards the left-hand corner of the penalty area as we look at it. He does. High towards Richards, the centre-half. Climbing at the back post. Richards, who's having a good run in the team, gets his head to it, but it's bounced harmlessly wide and away for a goal kick.
Yeah, it was too floaty. It was a nothing ball, that. Even if he got his head on it, it's hard to generate the power.
So Crystal Palace 1, Manchester United 0. Manchester United have Onana in possession. And you're listening to Talk Sport with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Enterprise has 450 branches with all the vehicles your business needs. Onana again in possession for Manchester United. They're a little leaden-footed here as they look to come out of the defensive third. It's Evans at walking pace, and Crystal Palace are perfectly happy with that. Hard-working side with that sprinkling of quality. And Oliver Glasner is quite energetic on the near side touchline here at the front of the main stand, pointing and issuing some instructions. As Onana again on the ball at walking pace, little square pass to Evans, who plays for the first time since Manchester United's almost inexplicable defeat at Chelsea last month. And now it's with Mainu, 10 yards from the halfway line. It's not quite been this lacking in intensity for Manchester United so far. As they move into the Palace half, suddenly the speed of thought and play does step up a bit, and it's Mainu through to Mount, onto Højlund in the penalty area, and it couldn't get it sorted out his feet. It went through his legs under pressure from Richards and through to the gloves of Henderson.
It's good intricate play from Man U. Starts with Mainu. Mount's picking up some great little positions there in that space between Wharton and the back three. He's good at that. He was always good at it. It's just that little final bit of quality, and he'll get it right if he keeps getting in there.
Well, there have been flashes for Mason Mount. That Premier League goal away at Brentford being one of those. Manchester United don't have a particularly good time of it in London of late, as Anthony wins the ball back on the halfway line, but his touch is really poor, and it'll roll beyond the challenge of Mainu into the path of Elise. He's played it on to Munoz, angle tight, Elise, it hit Mateta, hit his own man, and Casemiro will steer it away from Manchester United, who've just had another big layoff. They are far too easy at the moment to create chances against.
Well, it stemmed from a brilliant bit of defensive work from Will Hughes in the middle of the pitch, and when Elise, they've got a 4v3, he plays it out to the right, and Muniz gives it him back. Should be a goal. It's a poor finish, really. He's got to miss him there. Pulls it back, Muniz, outside of the foot from Elise, and it hits Mateta. I think you have to side foot that firm to the near post. Just get really good contact behind it. Don't flicker it with the outside of your foot. That would have been a mountain to climb for Man U.
And they're only 1-0 down. The former England midfielder Danny Murphy with us tonight on Game Night on Talk Sport, and it's been entertaining so far. The first 22 minutes or so, and delightful for Crystal Palace, who lead by a 0-0 and looking for 3 straight Premier League home wins tonight. Oliver Glasner's team had some very good results recently, including beating Liverpool at Anfield. As Wharton collects possession now, onto Eze, 25 yards out, almost poked it through to Jean-Philippe Mateta, that reverse ball, and then Eriksson is a little slow to regain possession. It's come back to Elise, 25 yards out, right of centre, onto Munoz to pull it back across. Mitchell at the back post controls, lays it back, Elise, straight at Onana, and the chances are mounting up now.
Got to score along the floor, leant back a little bit and scooped it into the keeper's hands. Wing backs are causing all sorts of problems. Overloads all over the place. He's tried to be fair to Elise, he's tried to whip it to the far corner and just not got enough on it. Again, I think you're better really getting a good firm foot behind that low.
Meanwhile, at the other end, good hold-up play by Højlund, and now Anthony infield from the right, as he loves to do. Left foot pings the crossfield ball right to left to find Garnacho, who almost took it off the toe of the advancing Wan-Bissaka. Crystal Palace with an effective shape off the ball. They've funneled everybody in blue and red back behind Casemiro, who's got possession in the centre circle, and now Christian Eriksen back to the halfway line, and Evans. Manchester United yet to carve out really their first clear-cut opportunity, but Elise could already have at least more than the 1 goal that he's scored in the game so far, and he's brought the ball down just inside opposition territory, away from Wan-Bissaka, waited for the run of Munoz, instead elects to keep the ball and just pops it back very neatly to Nathaniel Klein.
I'm not sure about those little
tricks and flicks.
Not when nobody's around you and you're only 1 up. Just hold on a little while.
Yeah, he kicked it almost with his standing foot, didn't he, as Eze escapes both Casemiro and Dalot. Is tackled though by Eriksson just inside the Manchester United half. Good ball, Eriksson out to the left wing, and Garnacho, he accelerates up to the edge of the penalty area. Garnacho weaves away from Hughes, he's definitely tripped, or at least Hughes didn't get the ball, and that's a free kick 25 yards out. Good position this for Manchester United. Yeah, well, I think Palace, Eze will feel a little bit aggrieved. Casemiro chased him in there and he beat him easily, and then he felt he was fouled on the second one, but Garnacho does well. Goes down a little bit easily, but he does probably just touch him there, Will Hughes. Dangerous position. Dangerous position. Danny, you've scored many a free kick from this sort of range in your career. In terms of where it is, maybe 4 or 5 yards from the edge of the box, is that about ideal?
Perfect. It's about perfect, especially with Eriksson's technique. It gives you when you're that close but not so close, you can still go both ways. You've got room to get it over the wall, although they normally have the old draft excluders in these days, don't they? Didn't have them in my day.
Actually, I don't think there is one.
No, there isn't.
Nobody's lying behind the wall for this free kick. Eriksson and Mount are the two standing over it for Manchester United. It's just to the left of the edge of the D.
Yeah, what you don't want, you do not want your goalkeeper, if you're the defensive side, to guess. Because if he guesses early, we've seen it many times, they take the step, and a good, a decent enough strike, you score a goal. You want to make him, you want the wall to jump at the right time, and you want to make him get it over that wall with a bit of whip and dip. If it goes in the top corner, you take it on the chin. But that wall's got to jump and be brave, stay connected.
Eriksson stands over it, not scored for Manchester United. Christian Eriksen since August. Here he goes, right-footed, and that run continues as the ball takes a deflection over the top and it goes 2 or 3 yards over the bar for a corner.
Struck it well, struck it lovely, in fact. Good defensive work from that wall. That's what I'm talking about when you're in a wall. Jumping at the right time, staying connected, make him work for it.
But it came off Richards, and now Eriksson's going to trot across to take a corner in front of the two-tiered Holmesdale Road end. Very crowded inside the 6-yard box as we look either side of the main stand pillar here. Eriksson to deliver, right-footed, hoisted towards the back post. Casemiro climbing, it's a looping header, up goes the goalkeeper. It's ended up in the back of the net, and the goal will stand, at least for now. Crystal Palace fans are furious, and in the end the referee does blow for a free kick. Casemiro's header looped up high above Henderson.
Yeah, it was a foul.
and it was a foul by Højlund on the goalkeeper.
The ref didn't see it. The ref, I was watching him, he didn't see it. He had too many people in front of him. And he should be in a better position. Casemiro, and when you watch now, Højlund nudges him into the goal. It's a foul. I mean, I'm not one for protecting goalkeepers, but just enough.
He's leaned into the goalkeeper.
Yeah,
hasn't he, Højlund?
it's not as bad as I first thought. He's lucky. He's got to be stronger there. But he does give him a little nudge. Linesman saw it. Oh, sorry, referee's assistant.
Well, we saw a much more controversial foul or non-foul in the end. Oh, it was a foul actually on the goalkeeper Solanke on Raya at the weekend, where there was much less contact than that.
Exactly.
Stays 1-0 to Crystal Palace. Fascinating game though on TalkSport. Oh, Mainu, pull back pass. Elise, can he go round Onana? Onana does well. You have to credit the Manchester United goalkeeper. He stood up to Michael Elise. The angle was a bit tight as Elise tried to roll it round him.
It's a poor touch from Elise. He's only got to touch it round him or shoot. Miscontrolled it. He's in one-on-one.
Mainu's mistake.
Could have had a hat-trick, Elise.
Absolutely. And he looks at the chances that he's got for a player of his quality. 1-0 Crystal Palace lead. We've had nearly 28 minutes and the ball is on the halfway line with Klein. Little touch by Wharton to find Hughes in the centre circle, totally unmarked. As is Mitchell, in space on the left hand side. Angle tight, he clips it across. Terrible cross. Munoz with a looping header towards the back post. He actually did brilliantly, the Colombian, to make contact with that awful delivery from Mitchell that was way overhit, and in the end Onana's grasped it.
See, when the wing backs are causing a real problem. Dallow's far too narrow, too preoccupied with Eza, and Mitchell's bombing. He's just got to slow himself down and take his time there along the floor, try and pick someone out. You don't need to put the ball in the air when you're that close to the goal. Poor ball it was from Mitchell.
So Crystal Palace, a goal to the good for the latest now. Crystal Palace 5-2 on. You can back Manchester United at 13-2 or the draw at 7-2. That's all thanks to Ladbrokes. 18+BeGambleAware.org. Højlund has been caught by Anderson midway inside the Crystal Palace half. The home fans are upset about the decision as Højlund holds on to his left shin. It's a free kick to Manchester United.
Yeah, I think it's a free kick. Well, good feet from Højlund.
Anderson it was who committed the foul. We've got little monitors in our commentary position so we can look back on all of the action. And Manchester United will stay and marooned in 8 as it stands, as Eriksen floats the free kick into the box from left to right, high diagonal, and Munoz was jumping, trying to retreat under pressure from Casemiro. In the end he didn't have to make a header, and that goes out of play for a goal kick to Crystal Palace. And still Dean Henderson is yet to be tested tonight in goal.
Erik ten Hag's out on the touchline telling them to stay higher, try and press, which is really interesting actually, because that's going to leave them more vulnerable. But he's right, they need to get back in the game, take the risk.
Well, the two centre halves, Anderson and Richards, standing either side of the 6-yard box, and Anderson gets the ball from the goalkeeper and then is forced to smack it long, high into opposition territory. It's worked out well though. It's found Mateta, who got in behind Wan-Bissaka down by the corner flag, and wins Crystal Palace a throw deep into the Manchester United.
5 up, and Man U had a 5v5. Keeper played it long, and then it's a 50-50.
On by Anderson's high ball now towards the edge of the box, and Diogo Dalot with an important header. Our next Premier League commentary on Saturday lunchtime, when Manchester City go to Fulham, hoping for the victory that would take them top of the Premier League. And then at 3 o'clock on TalkSport 2 this Saturday, it's Burnley who could be relegated, taking on Spurs at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Another high ball downfield by Henderson, thumping header away by Johnny Evans of Manchester United. Now Eriksen's in the centre circle, quick ball to Anthony, infield from the right, and Anthony's pass threaded up the middle in between the two white shirts. Easy for Henderson to gather again, and Manchester United lacking that incisiveness in the final third.
Yeah, we've not seen much of Anthony, to be honest. He's not.
No, Wharton's gone straight up the middle for Crystal Palace. Onana way out of his goal. He actually read it well. He chested it down and cleared.
He did read it well. That's where you want to be. It's where you want your keeper. If you're going to play a little bit of a higher line and he's going to play some balls, that's exactly where you want him.
There might have been ironic cheers from the Crystal Palace fans, but Onana dealt with that okay. Plenty forward in blue and red here for Crystal Palace, playing from right to left in the first half. Wharton's delivery is headed away by Casemiro. It'll drop down to Hughes, 30 yards out. Not a regular goal scorer, Will Hughes, by any means, even though there were Crystal Palace fans shouting for him to shoot. And now Elise holds onto the ball diligently, knew there was not a way then beyond Anthony, so plays it backwards to Richards, and now steered forward by Anderson to Elise, and Crystal Palace keep possession very effectively here.
Yeah, it's better possession from Palace. Oh, we tempted fate.
We should know that, shouldn't we, Danny, by now?
Yeah.
Mateta's given it away.
They'll be disappointed, Palace, that they've not got more than one, because you know what it's like, football. You have your good spell in a game where you have your chances, and then all of a sudden momentum switches, the other team get back in with a goal, and you think, oh, we've let it go. And they've had clear-cut chances as well. They've all seemed to have fallen for Elise.
And they are up against a Manchester United side who we know have conceded plenty, but we know are very capable in attack as well.
Absolutely.
Casemiro turns and plays it back to Onana, and Onana with a raking high ball bounces up towards the edge of the penalty area. Owen Richards only got a half touch on it. Henderson will come out and get there. Got a good call, that Henderson, for Mitchell to leave it, and before Dalot could reach the pass, long pass upfield for Manchester United. Now Eze has dropped into the left back position. He just turns, nonchalantly glides away from Anthony, and then a step over to shuffle beyond Eriksen. He's making it look easy tonight, Eze, and a good ball out to the right, and Munoz. Crystal Palace, some of their flair players almost showboating at times, and Munoz is trying to dart beyond Wan-Bissaka, corner of the penalty area, back to Elise. Elise, was he fouled by Mount on the edge of the box? No, I think that was the right decision. Play goes on. Wharton's chip cross field, right to left, headed away, only half away by Anthony. Anthony in a wrestling match with Mitchell, who goes down. They want a free kick again, Crystal Palace, but again nothing given by Jared Gillett. And Manchester United, who are trailing by a goal to nil, have the ball back. We are inside the 34th minute at a raucous Selhurst. It's always a great atmosphere. Garnacho infield from the left wing, back out wide to Wan-Bissaka on the overlap, cross towards Højlund, who got a glancing touch but could only turn it behind under pressure.
You know what, it was a good move from United, and it was started by Eriksen's calmness. And when it is a bit frenetic and Palace are on, you need someone to take some sting out of the game. He played a little 1-2, and then he switched to play to just beat that little Palace press. Got to try and get him on the ball more, Eriksen. I'd drop him in a little bit, me personally. I'd play him deeper and only play Mount.
Continuing at the moment, tonight at least, to struggle to create in attack against a very determined Crystal Palace rearguard. Mainoo's had to go across to the left back position where he's under great pressure from Mateta, who almost feels like a foot taller, and he's won it back as Mateta with this, and ends up fouling Mainoo with the second.